You want me to get Andrea's lamp?
Yeah. It's the key. So we're all right.
Filter.
I'm gonna probably
Why don't
you
use
bring the
Andrea's
phone for the
for
charger
a
over here
flashlight?
because I need to use the I need my phone. It's over there on the thing, but I need it to be plugged in. All right. Well, maybe I can just keep it like this. Here's the thing right here. Hey y'all. Oh, you're just messing up all my stuff. Shake you. What's up? How is everybody? Happy Monday. Hey. Whew. All right, y'all. Let me get myself going. It's Wednesday. Y'all know sometimes I'm not here on Wednesdays, but I am here today. I'm not going to keep y'all too long. Let me know if you can hear me. And hey, Bliss, how are you? Hey, Chuck, how are you? Let me know if you can hear me. Both of y'all are some newbies over here. I have not seen any of you two before. So usually how I go, guys, if y'all have a question, go ahead on and drop it so I can address it. Because once I get going, I get going. Hey, Keisha. Hey, Amy. What's going on, girl? Okay. So so y'all know a whole bunch of stuff is going on right now, okay? Probably some stuff that may not necessarily be big for you guys. Hold on. Let me see. Okay. Sorry, I was just looking at some of the grants that were out. All right, good. Thank you for letting me know you can hear me. Hey, Key. Thank you, Chuck. I appreciate you for being here, really. Okay, so like I said, you guys know I'm not usually here on Wednesdays, but I do try to do it every Wednesday. But I have been vacationing a little piece, so I've been in and out. So I am here with y'all. So again, if y'all have any questions, please drop them. I am going to go over a couple things that I may or may not have addressed with you guys. If you have not already gone to my YouTube channel, please do. I dropped like 11 videos and I have more to come because there is so much going on in the background that a lot of y'all may not necessarily know about. All right. So what I didn't get to tell y'all about last week, or excuse me, on Monday, was the memo that the IRS put out stating that if you are a business owner, most business owners, okay, the IRS is planning or possibly starting their old school way of going out to businesses like they used to do back in the day. They are going to resume. Okay. So the IRS put out a letter letting you guys know, hey, Darnell, that there are going to be three types of individuals that if anybody ever comes to your establishment and they ask you about your taxes and how you handle your books. Okay. So I wanted y'all to know the three different types. One person that will come will just be an auditor. Okay. So they the auditor is the one that's basically going to come out and say, hey, we need to look at, okay, basically they're going to come in, they want to look at look at your books, and they're going to help you stay in compliance. All right. So if you run across an IRS auditor, that is just for you to stay in compliance. They're supposed to be there. Y'all see me doing the air quotes to help you. All right. The other two, there are two. All right. And if anybody needs a job, let me put that out now. The IRS is 100% hiring. Okay. And they are hiring so dang on much that they don't even want no older folks, which is crazy because 20-year-olds can't tell us too much about no damn taxes, but that is who they are hiring. Okay. So the IRS is right now looking for these two types. They are looking for criminal investigators, and they are also looking for the second round of auditors that actually come out. But the second round is the individuals that are going to actually fine you. And if you are not in compliance and you are not doing what it is that you should be IRS wise, that is when the criminal investigator comes out. Now, usually when the criminal investigator comes out, that's when it's really bad. They usually could be coming to arrest somebody. It could be coming to take stuff. Again, follow me if you haven't. Thank y'all for doing that. All right. So I just wanted y'all to know, if you have businesses, even if you are a homeowner, not a homeowner, if you're a business owner and you operate out of your home, if you are listing that is your business and you are filing your taxes on your you're filing your business on your taxes, then just know that there are going to definitely be some changes going on. Hey Mo, from here on out when it comes to the IRS. All right. So I don't say this to scare nobody, but I definitely want y'all to know. And no, Chuck, they are not hiring felons. They are definitely not hiring felons, but I can tell you right now that if y'all did not know, the IRS absolutely has a law enforcement portion to their agency. Okay. So they are hiring up until the age, I think it's 35. Same like the military, it's like 35, 36, and they are looking for, and all you have to do is have a degree. You don't even have to know about taxes or accounting or any of those things. I already looked at the job description, and you get hired on, they're going to send you to FLETC, which is a federal government law enforcement training center that is outside of Savannah, Georgia. And there's a whole lot of people there. The post office has their law enforcement there. The TSA has their law enforcement there. All the federal government agencies that have law enforcement all go to the same place. So if y'all are interested, I'm telling y'all, this is catch this wave. A lot of y'all looking for y'all miracle, for God to give y'all a word. Here y'all go. Okay, y'all need to be trying to jump on these government bandwagons, jump on these government jobs while you still can, because at least you're gonna get a retirement check. Okay, versus some of these other jobs y'all going to. So I did want y'all to know that about the IRS. Let me see if y'all saying anything real quick. Hey, Rich Class. Now, for anybody that was not here on Wednesday, I just had to drop this gem again because Rich Class, you put it on us, okay? Now, y'all know I'm always talking about Chat GPT, which is the artificial intelligence that actually does all your paper writing, your movie scripts, whatever it is you want. If it's something you don't feel like writing, you tell it to the computer or to the app and you let it do it. But Rich Class had a good idea on Monday. He said, I'm going to use Chat GPT to write ebooks. And I'm going to turn around and I'm going to copyright and publish those ebooks and sell them. And guess what? And I told y'all, when you sell these, especially if you do them on like Amazon, things like that, that is how you get royalty checks. So some of y'all can write a doggone 10, 12 page ebook, put it up on Amazon or Kindle and mess around and have income coming in for the rest of your life. Now, it may not be a lot unless you blow your own self up, but it is a way to put some money in your pocket. So use these things now before they turn around and be using us. Okay. Hey, Cynthia. Cynthia said, hey to everybody. Okay. Chuck says, I got a question. I just don't want to ask it over YouTube. So if y'all got a question y'all don't want to ask over YouTube, you can go to my website, shamikasaves.com, and send it to me in the chat. All right. I know a lot of y'all have a lot of stuff y'all don't want to talk about. And I do understand that because y'all don't want to put out your personal business. I get it. Okay. Another video that I did. And Mo, don't you say nothing. Okay. A lot of y'all have been asking me, because a lot of y'all been making and creating these little CPNs or whatever little identity y'all want to create, but y'all are asking, how do I get my documentations to match? Okay. So I actually did a video showing y'all how a person would make a new social security card. Okay. Now I ain't saying that y'all need to do it for CPN, because I have actually done it for myself with my real social, because I was unable to get my card. Y'all remember during COVID, a lot of y'all could not get your social security cards because they were closed. So I found a trick. Okay. And I did a video basically showing you where to go, how to download it, and how to go ahead on and create what you need. Now, if you choose to use that for your fake social, that's on you. But I use it for my real one. But I'm doing this because y'all be calling me. Y'all know I have consultations if y'all want to book one. But I got a call recently. I just had a young lady call me, and she was sleeping in her car, y'all. First of all, young ladies should never be sleeping in their car, okay? But this goes back to what I was telling y'all on Monday. A lot of reason why a lot of people not getting any assistance is because you're not using the right words. So please don't go asking for housing assistance and tell them that you're being evicted. You need to say that you are homeless, okay, so that you qualify. All right, so let me go. Let me see if y'all said anything. I don't want to miss nothing. Okay, let me see here. It says, repeat what you said about the government job, please. So, and I don't know which part, but if y'all are interested in any job with the government, just go to USA Jobs, JOBS, USAjobs.com. I promise y'all, it is not as difficult as some of you may think. If you guys have questions about what that resume needs to look like, because it does not need to look like the same resume that you would apply for a job in the civilian world. Okay, so it has to be very different. But the government is hiring. Okay, y'all, they are hiring. And can you say not gonna be fired unless you absolutely do something that is horrible? That's why people get government jobs. Did y'all know that? The reason why people get government jobs is because how difficult it is to fire a government employee. Are y'all looking at DeSanto, whatever that man is, Santos, who he's a congressman and he lied, and people want him to resign. They can't even fire that fool, and he lied to get into the office. So if they can't fire him, they can't fire y'all. So some of y'all need to go on to get these fire-proof jobs, especially for some of y'all with these bad attitudes that people can't necessarily work with. So you get these jobs because, hey, what y'all gonna do to me? Okay, nothing. All right. So think about it. USAjobs.com. Y'all let me know if y'all got questions about anything pertaining to your resume. Okay. All right, let me see. Bliss and Beyonce, how much did you charge to amend 2022 taxes? I mean, you've been here before, Bliss? I'll do it for 150. I usually do it for amendment taxes is a lot. It really depends on if I'm just adding the W-2 or something or whatever, that's cool. But if it's a whole lot of work, we may have to talk about it. It just really depends on what I gotta do. Okay. But I'll definitely work with you. So send me a message and I'll reach out to you. So that's another thing. How many of y'all went on y'all transcripts to make sure y'all did actual put in all your income y'all earned? Now, the only reason I'm bringing this up is because somebody called me today. Y'all know my phone rings all day. And the man said, I am trying to apply for Social Security disability. But Social Security disability said, you did not include all your income. Now, how does Social Security know that? But y'all think Social Security and IRS not talking. They talking. This man can't even apply for Social Security disability because they saying we don't have all your income, so you don't qualify to even apply. So this person has to amend their taxes. So I'm letting y'all know this is how it's gonna be. Okay. The IRS was playing and they was being nice before, but they ain't gonna be like that. Same with student loans. Y'all got children in school. Make sure if you are married, y'all are filing together. They are cracking down on married people filing separate. You will not be able to have your child or children receive any financial aid benefits if you do not report or if you do not file your taxes correctly. They are absolutely rejecting it. And mess around and don't get that money if you want to. The longer you wait, it could be the less disbursement you get. So we want to jump on this. Speaking of that, how many of y'all done the FAFSA for next year? How many of y'all have made sure your kids did they financial aid to get that money? I told y'all the numbers are going down. People are going to start receiving less money. So y'all need to make sure y'all get this in. All right, Chuck says, my personal credit is stuck at 674 and I don't have any car rental history or any history besides bills. Any ideas to boost it? That depends. You said car rental history. I don't think you meant car rental history. I think you mean car buying history. If you're stuck at a 674, is that a Credit Karma 674 or is that a real 674? That's my first question. And then two, I would ask, what else do you have on there? If you're stuck if you guys have a score that is healthy and it is not moving, that is very possible that y'all have scores that are not moving. The trick is not to add more credit. The trick is to play within the credit you have. So, Chuck, if you have any type of credit, line of credit or credit card or whatever that may be, I probably would tell you if you want to move your score, you're going to need to use your limit, use some of your credit availability. Play with it that way versus adding a whole new trade line because that could drop your score. Okay. Paradigm says, all right. Mo says use an AI voice generator to turn those ebooks into audio books. Man, y'all are so smart. Rich class, look at what Mo just said. Now I want y'all to listen to this. I'm telling y'all are some geniuses. I think I'm rubbing off on y'all or something. Okay. So Rich class said use the AI to create the ebooks and sell them. But Mo said then use the AI voice generator to turn that ebook into an audiobook. So now you can take that one product and sell it two ways. Did we just flip the game like we some drug dealers or no? Okay, we just flipped that. Yes, thank you, Mo. That's a great idea. Y'all know technology is about to be booming. Okay, so if y'all are not finding ways to use this for your advantage and to make money, then you are just gonna be struggling like everybody else. Okay. So that's a very good idea. So if y'all didn't hear that, y'all better get y'all the AI voice generator. That is an app on the phone. I told y'all about that about a month or so ago. Okay. And also the chat GPT. Okay. Right now, I think they're at chat GPT 4 right now. So it's already, and it hasn't even been out that long, and they're already on the fourth upgrade. Okay. So this thing is moving fast, and this technology is going to be probably scary later on. So y'all about to get in now while the getting is good and get y'all a couple bucks. Okay. All right. Let me see. Nisha says, I filed my taxes and it's been past the 21 days and it's still same process. And should I be worried? If you have not gotten your tax return yet, good question, Nisha. I would tell you the first thing you need to do is just log into the irs.gov website, go into your account and pull up listen to me now, your tax transcript, just your tax transcript, not any of the other ones. Then, Nisha, when you go to that tax transcript, I would like you to go all the way to the end of the page. Okay. If it's 2 pages, go all the way to the end to the second page and see if there is a 3-digit code with a date. Okay. So if the date says 4/18/2023, um, let's see. Then, and it has a three digit code, you need to find out what that 3-digit code means. The IRS will let you know the status of your taxes or your refund, but you just have to know where to go and find it and how to decipher the 3-digit code to find out what it means. Okay. So, Nisha, that's the best way to do it, unless you want to get on the phone with them and let them tell you. Unfortunately, a lot of these IRS individuals may not be able to tell you why it's processing, because your paperwork could be in a different department that the customer service person is not in. So the easiest way is for you to go and get your transcript and look at that 3-digit code. It's always should be the last entry on the page. Okay. That should be the last thing that has happened with your account, that very last entry and the 3-digit code. All right. So make sure you go and look that up. If you don't know what that is, Nisha, let me know and I'll help you figure it out. Okay. Mo, you dropping gems over here, girl. That was a good one. Okay, that was a real good one. Okay. All right, let me see. Let me see. It says, very educated woman, love your energy. Thank you very much. I try to pass on everything that I know on to somebody else. I'm telling you, I want the day I leave this earth, that everything I know that somebody else knows. And I hope that you guys will have that same energy, because this is why these kids are so damn dumb, because nobody's telling them nothing. And I'm gonna give you an example. How many people, grandmamas died and left them a house, or grandparents died and left them a house? How many people can tell me if that house lasted more than one generation? It didn't. I know it didn't. You ain't got to tell me, because I know minority and poor minded thinking people. The first thing you do is sell it, because you don't want to have to get it fixed. You don't want to have to deal with no property taxes. Whatever it is, you sold it and the fortune is gone. So we need to uh, start passing this education down to other folks. So these y'all working all y'all lives to make a great life for your children, and then you die and your children lose it. Why? Because you didn't take the time to teach them shit. Okay. So we can't just be working and building something and then have children that are ignorant. It just don't work. Okay. So we don't want to do that. Okay. Rich Class says, heard they also have an image generator. Let me tell y'all, when I told y'all IRS was getting that boost of money, baby, they doing everything. You can even go on the website. There are so many new things. Y'all probably don't care because you ain't on the site. I'm on the site. So when I go and look that you now, for example, if you guys owe money, you can do a payment plan through the IRS right on their website. You don't even have to do it through your tax person anymore. Y'all seen those commercials? Get a fresh start. Start over. Hey, excuse me. All right, thank you. Sorry. They'll tell you to get a fresh start. Those companies that tell you that you could do that, they want you to pay them for some of the stuff that you now can do on your own through the IRS website. Okay. Now I know some of y'all probably owe, so I'm gonna go through this really quick. Kiki, absolutely. I have a lot of people that say they want me to mentor them. I don't mind at all. You just have to be ready for the work. And when we talk on the phone, always bring a pen and a piece of paper because I'm definitely gonna be giving you notes. Okay. So whenever you're ready, you let me know. Okay, so real quick, because I know people owe, and this is the time we need to be working out our affairs. If you owe the IRS money, you can do an installment agreement. You could do that right online on the website on your own. You put in how much you owe, you put in how much you want to pay. Okay, and then you make your first payment, and then you wait for them to accept it or reject it. Okay, and in the meantime, you still make your monthly payment. All right, most times when it's an installment agreement, they're going to accept it. You just know that all your taxes are going to be taken until the debt is paid. The other one is for people who are on Social Security disability or they got fixed income and they don't have any more money coming in. You can get a hardship, which is also called uncollectible. So if y'all got older people in your family that y'all know on a fixed income, Miss Pam, if you're watching, I'm talking to you. Okay. So for some of y'all, when you are on, you have a fixed income situation, and then the government is also now trying to take the money, you can ask for relief. Okay. So they don't tell you about that one because they damn sure don't want y'all to know that you can get out of paying. That's the second one. The third one is the offer in compromise. And basically, an offer in compromise means if you say you owe $10,000 and you want to pay your debt off quicker, and you say, you know what, I'll cut y'all a check right now for $6,000 if y'all will go away. You can cut them a check, you can send them the paperwork, and you pay the money, and then the IRS will let you know if they accept it or reject it. Regardless if they reject it or not, they are going to cash the check. Okay. So if you do it, be prepared that they're going to take the money and they may or may not agree to the terms of what you offered them. Okay. But they will cash that check. All right. So those y'all three options. And they're making it where you guys can do it without having to go to these other places. Why? Because everybody getting scammed. Everybody's getting scammed when it comes to the IRS and Social Security. So for some of y'all who are smart enough and swift enough, don't let these other people get caught up and get caught out there because they are getting ripped off by people just taking advantage of knowing the fact that they are in need. Okay. If you have a felony, you cannot get a federal government job. Okay. But if you have a felony, though, there is a program that the government offers that will give your employer, if they choose to hire you, up to $25,000. They give you up to a $25,000 tax credit. All right. Now, y'all know, if y'all watch me enough, y'all know tax credits and tax deductions. This tax credit doesn't put any more money in your employer's pocket. But what it does do is lower the amount of taxes they would have to pay. So you can go to your local career source. Every place has a career source. It may not be that actual name, but every state has some type of a career source that's a nonprofit that the government basically pays for. Okay. They have a class that is for felons that they will give you a certificate. It's a 4-hour class. They give you a certificate, and you take that certificate to whoever you want to get hired by and say, hey, if you hire me, a felon, you get up to $25,000. Okay. So that is why you see these companies like Ace Hardware, Walmart, you see all these department stores, they hire felons. Why? Because they get a tax credit. They're not doing it because they like you. Okay. They're doing it because somebody finna hook them up on the books. And that is what y'all and this is why we talk about it, because they want the break, you want a job, let's meet in the middle. Okay. So go to your local career source, or y'all know, do the 211 and say, hey, what's the program called for felons, so they can get a credit. And if y'all want to know the name, y'all gonna have to inbox me so I can give you the actual name of the class. Okay. But I actually took it. Okay. I'm not a felon, but I actually sat in the class and took it because I wanted to see what it consisted of. All right. Okay, let me see. All right, let me keep going. Hey, Princess. Hey, Starlight. How you doing? Pam. Oh, look at that. Hey, Miss Pam. And we can always take care of what we need to take care of, because I don't like to see people out here on a fixed income and then the government is hitting them up on top of it. All right, another thing. I had somebody call me. They watched the video of mine, and I wanted to clear this up because I think some of y'all are getting some wrong information. So this person had a car. The car was repossessed. This person was in the class action lawsuit for Santander. A lot of y'all may or may not have been in it. If you have a repo and it's a part of a lawsuit, or they resell your vehicle, because this is the biggest issue. A lot of y'all are misinformed on this. If you have a repo and they resell your vehicle to someone else, that has absolutely nothing to do with you. You and that financing company, that bank, had an agreement that you were going to pay for this car at whatever percent for however many months. Okay. If you get the car repo, it is absolutely going to go on your credit. And even if there is a class action lawsuit like there was against Santander, it does not alleviate you from your responsibility. So I know a lot of people get it confused, and you think that because they resold the car or whatever, it should not show up on your credit. It absolutely, that's not true. It has nothing. Them selling it to somebody else has nothing to do with you, because you already made your agreement. And another thing y'all need to know is, if you are working on your credit, y'all know I love credit. I love talking about it. But here's what y'all need to know. Y'all need to know the difference between the statute of limitations, which is 7 years for credit reporting. Okay. That's just how long stuff will stay on your credit. But what's more important is, how long can a creditor come after you to sue? That is called the statute of limitations for debt collection. Nobody thinks about that one. That's the one y'all need to worry about, because y'all coming to me saying, well, how is this still on my credit? It's been 12 years. It's been 12 years. They still coming after you because they probably done resold that debt to other people. And that statute of limitations for the debt collection just keeps starting over. So if some of y'all find that y'all going to getting sued for debts that are really old, look on your credit report before you even go to pay, because some of y'all are being lied to and being told that you owe a debt that you don't. And you know how I know? Because the government is catching these companies and are putting them, well, they ain't putting them out of business. They're putting the presidents and vice presidents out of business for allowing the companies to do this. But you see, they're not getting none of y'all money back. So before y'all rush out to go pay something, y'all need to make sure that the debt is still collectible. And if it is collectible, you need to know how long they have to come after you for that debt. Who cares about the 7 years on your credit report? Y'all already know about that, but you don't know these other dates. And that's why your credit be messed up, or you get surprised and you're about to buy a house and find out you done got sued. Okay. So pay attention to those things. Okay. Oh, and thank y'all. I did not ask y'all to share my video. I appreciate the tag, share, whomever. Hey, Thais, how you doing, girl? With your fine self, okay? All right. Let's see. Key says, is it true that buy here, pay here cars do not report repossessions on your credit? That's not true. Not true. It depends on the company. Remember, in order to report on somebody's credit, the company has to pay Experian. They then got to pay Equifax. They also got to pay TransUnion. Some of these buy here, pay here's don't want to pay nothing. They don't care. That's why they sell you junky cars anyway, because they know the cars they got ain't worth crap. No how. Okay. So the same way that you can get a buy here, pay here, and they don't report when you make your payments, that doesn't mean they won't report the repo, because they're going to be mad that you did not keep up with your obligation. So I would be like, oh, you don't want to do so and so? Well, I'm gonna go call Equifax. I meet the requirements, because look, it's not a lot of requirements to be able to report on somebody's credit. You only need 250 customers. Okay. So somebody who's selling cars has probably had 250 customers throughout their business life. Okay. So please don't think that buy here, pay here's are exempt from reporting on credit, because there is nothing that says that they can't. They just don't if they don't have the money. But some of them do. I have seen buy here, pay here's on individuals' credits. So please don't think that it's not true. Oh, sorry, y'all. All right, let's see. It says, yep, once your foot is in the door, you're in there. I'm telling you. Okay, Shatanya, y'all know. Y'all better get on them with the Uncle Sam. That's the best. That's the one of the best moves I could have ever made. That's why I be telling you, I love my uncle. He y'all uncle too. Okay, so y'all better let him take care of you. He is the biggest sugar daddy known around, and he is sugar daddy to men and women. So if the rich folks is getting all that sugar, why ain't y'all? Y'all like sugar and salt. So I want them both. Y'all need to want them both too. Okay, that's why we here. Okay, we finna take advantage of all the stuff they're gonna give us. All right. Daryl says, can you apply more than once to the homeowners association for help? Hey, Miss Daryl, it depends. If you are going through your local county or something, they may not let you apply but once a year. All right. Most times when you're getting assistance from the government for something, it is usually once a year, unless they reopen the program and state that anybody can reapply. But most times it's once a year. So I hope that helped you, Miss Daryl. I'm not sure. Yo Maria says, good evening. Do you offer the ERC for small companies? Oh, y'all, another one of the ERCs. Hey, Maria, you know my first question I'm gonna ask is, do you or did you lay off your employees for COVID because of it was shut down? And did you pay your employees while they were home? Now, if you can answer that, I'll find you somebody that will do your ERC. Tell me yes and yes, and we good, Maria. That is my question when people start asking me about those ERCs, because I know that somebody is probably telling y'all qualify, but they lying. And you know who else said that they do that? Good old IRS. IRS said, we don't care that y'all believe this bank or this company by saying that you are qualified. Soon as we run and do that audit, because you know they are definitely auditing those ERCs. Once they look and see that you did not qualify, but they paid you anyway, we want all our coins back plus interest, and you better do it now. Okay, so if you qualify, Maria, do it, but please be careful before you be stuck out here owing a lot of money. Okay. And you say small business, small companies, if you have an LLC, you shouldn't be doing an ERC because you filed your taxes with your personal taxes. So if you are doing ERC, I sure hope it's an S corp or it's a corporation, or your LLC is being treated like a corporation, because you cannot do it with your LLC. All right. It says, do you have any resources for expungement? I absolutely do. First, you need to find out, is what you need an expungement or is what you need a seal? All right. Speaking of that, and I'm going to add on to it. How many of y'all, because a couple of y'all said stuff about felons. So if I got a couple felons watching, shout out to y'all. Okay. But I'm going to let you know, if you got a past and you don't want everybody to know, they made a rule, especially in the state of Florida, and there's a bunch of other states actually too, that actually made a law that says you have the right to have these companies who recycle your booking photo on these different websites. And I'll tell you some of them. Okay, Jailbase. Okay, I could keep going. The inmate lookup. It's a lot of stuff. You could just type a person's name, and because they in the system, because you know when a person gets arrested, it's public record. But it's only public record for the arresting agency that put it out. It is not supposed to be, if you're in Florida, you are not supposed to be showing up on Jailbase. Okay, Jailbase is just a site that they take information that they find from all over, and they put it all in their one site. So you can go right to jail, and it's an app, jail, Jail base, BASE. Okay, and you can look up, you can, if it's you, put your name in there and see how many times you show up, and then see if it's being showed on other sites. Now, the law says you have to ask them to remove you within 10 days. If they don't, you can sue them for up to $1,500. Okay, you're welcome. I just put somebody in somebody's pocket. So go and get your picture taken down so you have a better chance of getting a job. Now, the arresting agency can keep it, but nobody else. Okay, that's one. Second, if you're trying to do an expungement or a seal, the first thing I need you to decide on is which one you need, because some of you need a seal and not an expungement. A seal is basically taking your file and sealing it shut, that only people with certain access can see it, meaning the feds, certain, maybe certain jobs, if it has a certain type of clearance or whatever. So there are only certain people that will be able to see your record if you seal it. If you expunge it, then it is basically null and void, as if it never happened. Now, the problem with expunging is you can expunge a felony. Okay, that's one. Two, you may have a misdemeanor that you want to expunge, but you can't do it if you have a felony later. So, for example, in the state of Florida, if you want to seal something, okay, if we turn around and we look and see that you have like, you could seal your charges, but if you have felonies, they're not gonna do it. Okay. You have to have a no, what is it, adjudication withheld. basically meaning that you didn't get found guilty, and no low contender, none of that. Adjudication withheld, meaning they just didn't do anything with it. That is it. But your expungement usually has to go through your governor, which is very, very difficult to get. So most people get a seal, but you need to find out if your charges qualify. So before you even waste your time doing the paperwork, the first thing I would tell anybody to do is call the seal and expunge office in your state. Tell them folks your charge and say, is this a sealable charge? They'll know. Believe you me, they've got a list and they'll say, nope. Oh, maybe. If they give you anything other than no, you have a strong chance that it will seal. Okay. So I hope that helped. That's the main thing. I don't want to go further into what you have to do until after you know which one you're going to do and if the charge even qualifies. Okay. I don't want to put out too much stuff and then you can't do nothing with it. All right. Thank you, Paradigm. I appreciate it. Okay. Shatanya Butin says it's called top offset. And if y'all don't know what top offset is, the top, it stands for it's treasury something. But anyway, basically the treasury has an offset program where they will take your money. Okay, so if you y'all should know when y'all don't pay them student loans and y'all don't getting them student loans and consolidated, and you owe the money and your taxes are taken for your student loan, that's an offset. They are still going to be doing that. Okay, which means now y'all are really going to need to start calling every year before you file your taxes to make sure that you don't owe anyone. Because now the state is going to, well, the state already has been, but the state will put in whatever debt you owe too. So your taxes could be taken for unemployment that you didn't even, some unemployment you didn't know you should have paid. So it could be anything. So start using that top offset hotline number. We don't got to worry about it right now because tax season is over, but we will. Okay, Cynthia, you say your daughter is in school now. Good. Hey, Nicola, did you do the new FAFSA form? How many of y'all did the new FAFSA? Okay, it's supposed to be simplified. Did y'all do it? And how many of y'all got student loans and y'all did not consolidate them into the new IDR program? I already know I'm gonna have to keep bringing this up every time I'm live because y'all need to. Y'all hear what I'm telling you? Need to do it because if you don't, you are going to be under the old student loan programs and you're gonna be paying out the yin yang. Okay, so they have basically gotten rid of all the other consolidation programs and created one. So if your loans are not going to be wiped out through borrower's defense, you need to put them in IDR. It's just a simple phone call. Call your student loan servicer and tell them that's what you want them to do. Okay. Darren says, can you buy a car if you file bankruptcy? It depends when. Okay. I have people that be like, man, I'm finna buy a car and then go into bankruptcy. Very smart, might I add. Okay. Or you could say, I'm finna file bankruptcy. Man, I need to go and get me a little slider so I can take my other car and turn it in. Okay. When you're in bankruptcy, if you want to give a car back, it is not a repo. It is just giving the car back within bankruptcy. See, bankruptcy relaxes all the rules. They let you do whatever you want, and your credit doesn't suffer as much as people think it does. Okay. So if you have a car, you want to file bankruptcy, you can give it back. It's not a repo. Now, if you file bankruptcy, as soon as your bankruptcy is done, you can then go and finance you another car. So most people who do the Chapter 7, as soon as they hit 6 months, the first thing they do after they get their discharge is go and get them a new car. So you just can't do it while you're in it. Okay. Because when you're in bankruptcy, everything is at a screeching halt. All right. Let me see. It says, "Oh, y'all paying for Chat GPT?" No, I have not had to pay for Chat GPT. It's actually it's a window in my on my phone, so I just keep it up. And when I want to go to it, I just type, "Hey, Chat GPT, tell me about boom," and I wait, and then next thing you know, it's a whole thing. So I haven't had to pay, and I wouldn't pay for it. I absolutely wouldn't pay. And if you do find a place that's making you pay, let me know. Let me check it out because you should not have to. Okay. Bliss, you say, yes, I did. Okay. Yes and yes. Good. Okay. Okay. Key says, do you help assist with business plans? If so, can I connect with you and find your pricing for that assistance? Yes, I can help you with business plan. But see, this is the thing though. When people come to me and say they want a business plan, I go for what? Because now I'm not saying that every industry that this applies, but most people don't need a business plan. Because most of y'all can say, I need a business plan for money. Well, most time you don't need that, because as long as your credit is good and you have established business credit, it doesn't really matter if you have a business plan. Now, a business plan is good for you individually so that you keep track of where you are going with your business. And as your things change in your business and where you're going, your business plan changes. But really, a business plan is more so for you to keep yourself focused. It's like a vision board, really. Okay. Banks, I can't say that there are too many that actually care about you walking in with a business plan, because most of us already know who they are and who they are not going to loan money to. And I could look like this and walk in with the business, a shirt that says business, a business plan, a book that says business. I mean, I could do everything right and probably still get turned down. Why? Because statistically speaking, it's probably not a good investment. So, not saying that I won't assist key, but that's one of my main things is it key for you to have it, and why? Okay. Yes, I know startup plans for businesses, but yes, but most people don't need them. All right, Pam. Thank you, Miss Pam. Okay, Big Mom says I did it for my son. Good, y'all. I love this. All right, Miss Cynthia. Miss Cynthia says she consolidated her loan. Miss Big Mom consolidated her loan. I'm telling y'all need to, because December is right around the corner. And if you don't consolidate, they're gonna be like, too bad. They are secretly saying it in the fine print that you have until December 31st. So y'all need to jump on it. Okay. It says I done amended on my 2017 taxes last December and have not heard from them. So last December would have been 2020, 22. 3 years from 2022 would have been 22, 21. No, the reason why you haven't had anything, Lambda M901, is because you cannot collect for 2017. It is too late. 2017 timed out in 2020 or in 2021, okay, which was for 2020 taxes. So you didn't get anything because they're not going to give you a return. So you basically just filed your taxes for them. Y'all heard what I just told this person? They filed 2017 and they amended their taxes last year, and they're wondering why have they heard anything. Y'all know I told y'all IRS give you this many years, 1, 2, and 3. You got 3 years to get your money from them, or they gonna say too late, we keeping it. Whether you have a return or not, they ain't giving it to you after 3 years. So unfortunately, Landa, that's why you haven't heard anything, is because you have timed out. So y'all have to pay attention to that. So don't be letting these years go by and y'all haven't done what y'all need to do. Because once it gets to the point where you can't change the taxes, it's stuck. Now imagine people who lied on the PPP. They changed, they did whatever to make their taxes look, and now it's timed out. They can't even go back and amend those taxes for those years. So if they were ever to get investigated, guess what? They stuck like Chuck. So y'all have to make sure y'all pay attention to them 3 years. Y'all can make changes. Y'all can amend y'all taxes a million times, as long as by that 3rd year, April 8th, 15th, it is done. Because you ain't gonna be able to make no more changes. I'm sorry, Landa. I hope that helped you though. Queen V says I need a CPN. Well, if you need a CPN, I definitely hope you went and watched my video, because I definitely tell you how to do it. So go check out the CPN video on my YouTube page. All right. Let me see. Big Mom says, can I go to school if I did total disability for my past student loans? It's been about 11 years. Oh, that's a good question. Absolutely, yes, you can. Okay. So if anybody got their loans dismissed for any reason, especially disability reasons, there is something that is called a holding period. Now, they don't tell you about this. It's another one of those things they do this. But if you're a veteran, you have 3 years that you have holding, that you can get your loans wiped out. You have 3 years, and after 3 years, you can go back to school. If you're anybody else, you have 5 years. So for Big Mom knowledge, she says she's been out of school 11 years. So if she wanted to go back to school and get that good old financial aid and student loan, because y'all know I be telling y'all that's the lick, she absolutely can do it. But what's going to happen, Big Mom, is they're going to make you answer a question that asks that it is basically going to pertain to you're healthy enough or something to that effect to go back to school. So what I would do is, I'm not sure who helped you get your disability, if you had an attorney or whatnot, you can always ask them. But I also talked to somebody who went back to school after being on disability and got their loans wiped, and they had not had any issue. I just like to tell y'all to be mindful when you are on disability and you try to go back to school, because they're going to say, oh, well, going back to school means you're trying to be retrained to go back to work. So maybe you're healthy. Maybe we should look at your case again. So just think about that. Okay. Not saying it's going to happen, but we always have to be forward thinking because we don't like surprises around here. Okay. Cindy says Chat GPT is free, but you have to register. That's right. So if y'all ain't got that free Chat GPT, I don't know what y'all doing. It says, Trash Girl says, what if you're married, but a husband is incarcerated? Do you file single married? No. If you are married and your husband's incarcerated, you would do married. Why? Because you have your standard deduction is more. Okay. Y'all don't know what standard deduction is? I'm gonna tell you. Basically, it's the dollar amount that the IRS can't tax you on. So if you're single, your standard deduction is only $12,000. But if you married, it's $27,000. So why wouldn't y'all take the largest benefit? You know why? Because y'all too busy trying to save $3 because you don't want to file with somebody because they got child support issues. But y'all, it's a form you can file to tell the IRS, give me my taxes and take just theirs. It's lots of things you can do. Y'all are messing up your money because y'all trying to skirt the system because you don't know the rules. So it's always better to file married if you are married so that you get the full standard deduction. Okay. Now, if you do head of household, what is he going to do? He can't do single because he's not. He is married, filing separate. But a lot of folks don't do that. They file single, lying. Now, what if the IRS went back and audited you? A lot of y'all, what if the IRS went back and audited y'all, especially the married people? Let me holler at y'all and found out that y'all supposed to have filed married, filing joint, but y'all been doing head of household and single. Man, they gonna get y'all. Okay. So I ain't saying go back and change your taxes now. But what you want to do is at least when you go to your tax person, have them run the numbers both ways. You will be surprised of how little the difference is in a return. Okay. So yes, ma'am, you're supposed to file married, whether he's incarcerated or not, because you are married. And I mean, if he gonna be my man, he better save me as much money as possible. So you want to do married. All right, Alexis Simone says, do you think Lexington Law is a good company to use? Heck no, heck no, heck no. I ain't even got to finish reading that, Alexis. I stay away from Lexington Law. Let me tell y'all why Lexington Law is around. Y'all probably don't know this. But they're only people legally that the government allows to dispute your credit and can charge you legally are attorneys. That is it. So Lexington Law, whether y'all know it or not, is a real law firm. They don't just fix credit. Well, they don't fix credit, but they say they do. Okay. They do child support, they do divorce, they do same things any other law firm does. But they don't advertise that. They advertise credit repair because they know that is their niche. Nobody else is in that market trying to do credit repair like them. And they're not even doing anything. And the reason that I can't stand them is because you're paying them monthly and you're expecting somebody you're paying monthly. Let me say it again. You're expecting somebody that you pay monthly to hurry up. I'm awake. This is exactly what Lexington Law is doing with y'all credit right here. Did she pay us yet? Oh, did he pay us yet? They are not in a rush to fix your credit if you paying them $189 a month. Hell, I wouldn't either. Okay. So no, I can't stand Lexington Law. And if you need your credit fixed, what you need to do now, you don't have to come to me, but you need to go to somebody that can understand your credit and explain to you exactly what is going on so that you can come up with your plan of action. Because credit sweeps are gonna go away. I did a video and I did a video letting y'all know how people have been getting these things removed off their credit, with what section, where they can get the form from, and everything. I told y'all about to go to my YouTube. See, I could put the information out now because I ain't messing with credit. Like I'm a credit coach. I will get you together and get you a plan together. But we ain't doing things that people used to do because people going to jail for that now. And don't you think it's funny that people now going to jail for helping people fix credit? Why is that? Because they don't want you free. Just like Lexington Law don't want to have you out of debt. So do not go to them, Alexis. Okay. Amy says, is it possible that they will change their mind about forgiveness in borrower defense cases? No. I'm worried about the elections and changing of administration. No, 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 no. It's not going to change. With so Amy wants to know, will they change their mind on the borrower's defense? No, they will not. And the reason why is because it is a court decision and it has nothing to do with the administration. These schools have been found to be at fault for lying to you guys, and a lot of schools that are on the list aren't even open anymore. A lot of them don't even have accreditation anymore, so they can't change their mind about it, because that means that the government is going to accept the fact that they got duped just like y'all, and they ain't gonna play that. They'll let y'all look stupid, but they're not. Okay, so regardless of the administration, no, the only thing that y'all should be concerned about is the shit Joe Biden said about that $10,000. That's because that's what his administration offered. So anytime you have a administration telling you that this is what they're going to give you, that's what I would be concerned about, because that changes when the administration changes. But this is an actual case law. It is passed and this lawsuit has been won. Supreme Court said boom. So no, but please get your borrower defense application in so that y'all can stay on the list. And to homegirl that told me on Monday that she got her borrow her loans dismissed and her money back, and I asked her to send me proof, she 100% did. And they caked her off. Okay, they gave her money back. So again, if y'all made any payments on your student loans since 2020, since COVID, call your student loan servicer and get your money back. Did you hear me? Get your money back. Okay, don't spend it all now. Okay, but get your money back, because you don't have to pay. All right. All right. All right. Amy says, I was approved, but not yet discharged. Yes. So you were approved, but not yet discharged because, hell, they just gave Ukraine another $300 million. And that's why we can't pay to get these student loans wiped off, because the money that's supposed to go to us is going everywhere else. But that's a whole nother topic. So I'm glad you got approved. Keep your approval and just wait. Okay. We're going to see what's going to happen. But this, I don't think they're going to, I don't think not at all that they're going to undo it. All right. Let's see. Who said about a talent show? It says always fabulous once they take it and they sell it and have to send you a notice of the sale. Yes, they can send you a notice of the sale, but it has nothing to do with your responsibility for Owen. They can always come after you for a debt because you signed the contract. So whether they sell your car to someone else or not, you still have the responsibility for what you signed. How can I remove a bankruptcy off of my credit report? Well, if you want to remove it, then you're going to need to go through the whole freezing up everything so that they can't verify. It's easier to remove a bankruptcy from your credit report before it hits your report than it is to remove it once it's on your report. Okay. I can tell you, you probably will have a problem with one of the E's, whether that's Experian or Equifax, because they can be slick enough that they will send somebody down to the courthouse to pull the proof that you filed bankruptcy. Not saying that it will happen, but I've seen it done. Okay. So you're gonna need to freeze LexisNexis. You're gonna need, I mean, it's a bunch of stuff you're gonna have to freeze. Basically, so they can't verify that you filed bankruptcy. That is what you're going to have to do. All right. And keep an eye on your credit report, because the federal the government, FCE, the Fair Credit Reporting Act, gave creditors a little bit more time to report. So if they don't used to be, if they didn't say anything in 30 days, it was deleted. Now they got like 45 days. Okay. So make sure that if you're doing it, you're going to keep an eye on your credit report. And you also need to make sure that you know, if you freeze up your stuff so you can remove stuff off your credit like a bankruptcy, you're never going to get approved for credit again. Hardly. Because they can't verify your identity, and you will have a very hard time getting on government websites. You know, when you go to the IRS site or any of these websites and they make you do the ID verification, if you have all your information locked up, they won't be able to verify you. And then you're going to have to start manually doing things. Now, if you care, you care. If you don't, you don't. I personally don't think bankruptcies have to be removed from credit. It's a responsible thing to do. And it doesn't hurt you as much as you would think it does. Okay. All right. Check my girl out. Thank you, Thais. I appreciate that, girl. She tagged somebody. Thank you. Bliss and Beyond said you are something serious. Woo, killing the game on point with everything. I appreciate that, y'all. I try to give y'all a lot. This is why I just read. That's all. Rich Class says if married but actually separated for years, I know I got to get the paperwork done, but I've been doing married filing separate. I mean, there's nothing wrong with doing married filing separate. I'm glad that you're at least doing it right. My problem is, why are you still married and you're not together? If you're going to be separated, then just divorce, because you giving that person access to everything you own. If in the event you were to die, in the event you were to become incapacitated, I don't want my ex-husband being able to tell nobody what to do. He hate me. I don't want them to tell the people, oh yeah, just unplug. No, no. Okay. So Rich Class, you need help with your divorce paperwork, holla at your girl. You know I do it. Okay. But we're in the season of cutting them off. Okay. So if they ain't benefiting you no more, we cutting them off all the way. We're not wasting time, because if you win that lotto check, you win that lotto, you is not trying to split that check with nobody. You want all the funds. Elizabeth says, yep, I hate Lexington. Was with them for almost a year and did nothing but take my money. I'm telling you, Lexington Law is that's why they're so popular, because they are the only law firm that actually specializes in credit repair, but they don't specialize in it. They just know that they're a law firm and that they can legally do it. And anybody else that tells you that they can fix your credit, that's not an attorney, legally cannot. And you're not technically even supposed to be paying them. Now, if y'all pay people, because I know some folks, y'all done dealt with me. But one thing about me is I'm gonna tell you what the law say. Regardless of what we do, I'm gonna tell you what it say. So you can't say I tried to trick you. Okay. But no, you're not even supposed to be paying people to fix your credit. Okay. It says if you have a repo, that means car contract is canceled. So the gap insurance will pay. That is not true. That's not true, honey. She says if you have a repo, that means the car contract is canceled. No, that does not mean that it's canceled. The came back and got they came back and got the car because you didn't fulfill your obligation. It doesn't cancel the obligation. And the reason that I know that is because why are people being sued by car companies all the time? And your gap insurance is not to cover you a refund. I don't know. Now, Yanni, I ain't gonna please. This is what I'm gonna say. Show me where it says that, and I'll definitely correct myself. But that's not what's happening in real time. Now, maybe that's what's supposed to happen, but that's not what's happening in real time. But I have never heard that it cancels your contract because they repossess the car, because it doesn't. Okay. And the reason I know is because it's the same thing with a credit card. If I stop paying my credit card, that doesn't mean because they cut my limit off that I never had the Macy's card. I still had it. Everything that I bought with a real card and real cash. So I don't believe that one. Sorry. All right. Y'all got a lot of stuff. Okay. What about Apex Credit Company? Angel. Hey, Angel. Let me see what Apex is. How you doing? Let me see Apex real quick. Y'all know I'm over a little bit. Let me see real quick because I want to know what this is. Hey now. Apex Credit Company. All right, let's see who owns it. Commercial finance structures, underwriting, syndicate, second, secured loans to corporate borrowers. Apex sounds like. All right, I ain't gonna talk about it too much yet. Let me do my what's the name? Because again, y'all, we ain't paying just to be paying for somebody to charge us every month. Because if you're gonna make some pay them every month, what is the motivation for them to finish? That is why credit repair is not supposed to be paid until after they remove stuff, because that gives them the motivation to actually work for you. If you pay me in the beginning, I could just run off on the plug and don't have to do nothing. And that's not what we want. All right. Amy says, thanks a bunch. You're welcome, Amy. Believe me, if it's a change, I'm going to put it out and let y'all know. Brittany says, they sure did. I'm so happy. Good. Good. Pam says, please give me info again on the hectic call. Oh, yeah. So if y'all, but y'all did not know, the do not call list has been updated. Okay. The Federal Trade Commission has a new do not call list. That's what it is, Miss Pam. Do not call. So you can just go on the internet and go do not call. I strongly suggest every single one of y'all put y'all phone numbers on there. And I'm gonna tell you why. Why? Because when you put your number on there, you make yourself you move yourself into the eligibility class of individuals who can sue in the event that they keep calling. There is such a thing as called the TCPA, Telephone Communications and Privacy Act. Okay. So if these people keep calling you, even after you put on the do not block, you called them and said, do not call me again, and they keep calling, guess what? You can go right to And there are attorneys who take your case for free, just like Social Security. There are attorneys out there who will take your case for a TCPA violation, and that's T, C, the P, and the A. TCPA violation. Look it up, okay? Someone brought me a lawsuit. They were actually sued for like, I don't know, um $3,000 or something. They had only called the person twice, and each call is $1,500. Okay, so I remember seeing the paper when it came in. So yes, you can sue these telemarketers for calling you, but the first thing you got to do is get on the do not call list. Okay, then tell them don't call, and then just keep track of who is calling. Now I told you I was a lady who did it, and she got $350,000, but she also had 27 phones, 27 phone numbers. So she did it on purpose so that she could sue, and she did. Okay, talk about strategy. All right, so it's do not call. All right, I'm almost done, y'all. Big Mom says, can a credit union dictate whether or not you can settle with them on a voluntary repo even after the car is sold? Absolutely. Whoever sold you the car is the bank. They can say, we are not taking the deal. If the repo is new, if the repo is current, I'll tell you, don't even waste your time calling, because they are not going to go down on the price that quick, even if they sold that car, because it's current. So usually what we will do is we can wait it out some, in the event that unless it's a small amount. I've seen repos on people's credit that have been there for 5-6 years, and they said, hey, give us a $1,200 and we'll go away. But it's because it's old. It's timed out. They know that the chance of them getting any money now after all this time is slim. So they'll take something versus nothing. But calling them today after the car was taken yesterday or a couple months ago, they're going to laugh at you and say, we want the whole price that you still owe. A credit union, it don't matter who it is. If the bank gave you the money to get the car and you don't you don't make good on your contract, you do not get to dictate what you want to pay for them, what you want to pay to them. Now you can try to settle, but they don't have to go for it. Same with y'all. If I loan you $100, you ain't got to go and come back to me telling me you're gonna give me 60. I'ma want my same 100 that I loaned you. Bank is doing the same thing. They strong arming, the bank is in the streets. Okay, y'all better get with it. Okay, it says, is it a good idea to freeze our credit reports? It's a good idea to freeze your social. Yes, but just know that if you do, Earth Mama, you'll have a hard time getting approved. So when you go into those Old Navies or Victoria's Secrets and you pay with a card and they try to do that, pulling your credit on that soft promotional inquiry that y'all don't know about, you won't get it because you're blocked. But me or someone else behind you will turn around and get an offer for a Victoria's Secret card. So you have to make the decision. Okay. I mentioned, was it in the video? Yes, it's in the video. And I was letting y'all know that one of the ways that y'all can maximize getting money is by using these companies. Okay. If they market stuff to you, just like how you can go in Victoria's Secrets or Old Navy and they'll say, hey, you open this, we'll give you a card. You want your information in the system sometime, because people who marketing associations market to have the better chance of getting the best deals, lower interest rates. You get way more stuff than people who block themselves. I know it sounds crazy and you probably be inundated with mail, but it's the reason that they market to you. You ever notice that it's only certain people who ever get invited to timeshare visits? Not everybody gets timeshares, gets to go to those timeshares and get those vacations. It is numbers associated with y'all in these marketing associations. They know who to come after. They look at where you spend your money. If you're at the casino all the time, they know. So me, I like to travel, move around. So who are they going to? So travel company and tourism companies are going to come after me. So if these are the things y'all want to do, y'all got to be, look at it. You got to be strategic in everything you do. But I did do a video telling y'all that how y'all can make money from y'all credit cards if you would actually utilize the rewards, utilize the benefits they give you. And some of y'all ain't doing that. Okay. Let's see. Gonna send that text. I thought it would cost me an arm and a leg and I moved out of state. No, it don't cost that much. Not at all. Divorces is cheap. Okay. Especially when y'all ain't got nothing. Divorces are cheap. I am in Florida, but I am all over the place. Okay. I am a traveling woman. Trianala says, I need to remove a bankruptcy off my credit. If you need help, I will definitely help you get the bankruptcy off your credit if you do not know how to do it. But I definitely like to let y'all know what's going to come with it. It says, if you owe the IRS, can they send you to collections? Absolutely. IRS is sending people to collect. Not can they are. Y'all don't remember that the IRS used to be on your credit report? You used to have a tax lien. Now it's not, but they can send your debt to a collection agency. Absolutely. Okay, be prepared. Says, can I work getting disability and social security? Big Mom Knowledge says you absolutely can. It is a program. Big Mom, if you still watch it, tell us the name of that program real quick. But yes, you can still work while you're on social security disability. Just be now. I look, I'd rather put you with somebody who has the experience. See, this is what resource and being a liaison does. Let y'all talk to each other so that you can find out what you need to do. You say you always, oh, we can fix it. Tay, you got the car. Congratulations, got the car, sis. Okay, good. Can a divorce lawyer send you to collections? Absolutely. Anybody that you owe can send you to collections. If you owe me, I could take you to court and sue you. Okay. So if you owe somebody, they become the creditor, you become the debtor. They can always sue. Okay. Always. Even if it's mama to son, they can sue. Yes, this is it's already on YouTube, Shasha. I'm on YouTube right now. So yes, you can see this. It says it's been on my report for almost 10 years. See, if it's been on your report for 10 years, why take it off? And just so y'all know, if you have a bankruptcy, it comes off in 10 years anyway. The max it can report is 10. So it could be getting ready to come off. All right. 7 is the regular time, but 10 is how long they usually leave it up there. Okay. It says, aren't they doing false advertisement? Can't they be sued for doing so? For which one, lovely? It says, always owe taxes and don't even make 40K a year. What am I not doing? You're not maximizing. Okay. If you at 40K a year, unfortunately, you're right at that middle class. And you're at that middle class income and you get hit with a whole lot of stuff. And I hate to tell folks this, but sometimes if you want to not owe, you gotta make less. Ain't that a mess? You got to be broke to survive. It's crazy. Okay. I have clients fixing their credit through them. Please let me know your thoughts once you find out I've been good helping these first time home buyers. Yeah, let me know, Miss Angel. And you and I can talk. I work with a lot of real estate agents. I'm a real estate agent, y'all. But I just don't, I'll just be doing stuff. But if you want, let them talk to me and do their consultation and let's find out. Because some folks don't need as much as they think they do. But yeah, I will go and do my research. It's just that when they start disputing your credit, you need to know what they're disputing and how and what's the reason that they're using, because people are finding that things came off their credit and then months later it's right back because it wasn't accurate, the reason they disputed it in the first place. Okay. This has been almost 10 years with that repo deal. Well, we can Big Mom, holler at me. I'll look at your credit and let you know what's going on. Believe me, it's always out, y'all. Okay, don't ever let these people let you know, tell you there's more than one way. I mean, there isn't more than one way, because there is. Okay, let me see. Is scrubbing credit legal? Absolutely not. But people do it. People find loopholes. Okay, we're there's a gray area, but no, it's not legal at all, because what they're doing to scrub the credit is the illegal part. They're lying, and they have to prove with documentation, which is also now identity theft. So now we just adding on crimes on top of crimes. So it's just probably not the best idea to scrub or sweep, as you should say. Nicola said, what is the website for checking your mail? Informed Delivery. INFORMED. Informed Delivery is where you can spy on yourself. Look at your mail before it hits your mailbox. This is how you know if somebody's stealing from you. Come on, people. People stealing our folks' mailbox left and right. Be your own mail detective. Cassandra, you need help? Hit me up. All right, Chancellor, I appreciate it. She said, thanks for the gems. Okay, and what about evictions? Evictions is worse, okay? Evictions is worse. I'm going to talk about evictions, then I'm going to go because I came on late. So when it comes to evictions are in two places: court records, credit report. Let's talk about court records. The only person that can remove an eviction from your court record is the person that put the eviction there. So here's what I say, or what I tell y'all to say, okay? And I'm a landlord, okay? So I'm just saying, there is always a possibility that you could have settled your case in court with the eviction, but the person who put the eviction on you never removed it. Some people don't know that, hey, I need to tell this person to remove it because I paid it. So if you didn't know to tell them that, tell the person who put the eviction on you to put that it is settled so that it comes off of your record. All right. Now, if they won't do it and you really do owe, and you're lucky enough that it's not showing on your credit, when you go to move someplace, here's what I say to say. I tell people to say they died before they had a chance to remove it from my record. Because if it's not on your credit report, it's hard to determine if the eviction is legitimate, because most evictions are on both. But if it's only on one, you have the chance to wiggle yourself out of it showing up on your credit report. You may be able to give an excuse. Okay. That's the one way. Second, now if it's on your credit report, the only thing you can do, one, you need to see if the apartment has it on there or if a debt collector has it on there. If the apartment has it on there, they are probably not going to work a deal with you. They are mad and you're going to want you to pay them 100%. If they sold it to a debt collector, meaning the person who is saying that you owe them is not the people you rent it from, great, because now you can settle. You don't have to pay the full amount that they say you owe, because debt collectors only bought your debt for a percentage of what you owe. So why would you give them 100% of what you owe when they only paid probably 4%, 5% for it? Okay. So if you have an eviction on your credit, you want it to be to a debt collector because you can settle. It's always easier to do that. Now, if you scrub in credit, as the person asked me, it's easier to remove a debt collector's debt from your credit than it is the original creditor, which is the person who you actually owe. So if you're going to do the scrubbing or sweeping your credit, it's always easier to sweep it when it's a debt collector, because the credit bureaus don't really believe them anyway. Okay. All right. Okay. All right, y'all. So I think I got everything. So I kept y'all over a little bit, and I told y'all because I normally don't be doing my Wednesdays, but I did for y'all. So I will see y'all on Monday. If y'all have any questions about anything I talked about tonight, please go to shamikasaves.com. Send me a message in the chat box if y'all want to look at your credit, because some of y'all probably really do. So your girl can put this in perspective and help you out. Book me. You got questions about CPNs? Book me too. Okay. And not go check out my YouTube videos, because I'm going to consistently keep dropping gems, because times are changing and nobody's keeping up and telling y'all what's going on. Okay. Election season's coming, which means a whole lot of stuff going to be buried. And it's my job to reveal as much as I can to keep y'all up. Okay. So I'll talk to y'all later. God bless. And I'll see you guys hopefully on the other side on Monday. Okay. Bye. See y'all.